Hi, I'm Mike for Stone, and this is Reading Rails. And today I was poking around looking for something to look into, and I saw this autoload, this ActiveSupport autoload. I was originally going to see what's going on with the Rails router, and I saw this autoload and these various autoload things that's happening here, and then I went back and I saw that this autoload is coming from ActiveSupport dependencies. And so I got that open here. And it's the only thing in this dependencies directory. So I don't know what it really is, although from the name it's kind of clear that it probably has something to do with loading modules or classes from files based on symbols. So we see here in the routing file over here that it's trying to auto load. Presumably these are classes, but let's kind of dive in and see what's going on here. So I see it says it's requiring ActiveSupport inflector methods, and I see this eager autoload thing. And I don't know what's going on. So let's try to see how it works. So first let's read the documentation. Autoload and eager load conveniences for your library. This module allows you to define autoloads based on Rails conventions, i.e. no need to define the path. It is automatically guessed based on the file name. And also define a set of constants that need to be eager loaded. So for example, you have this module mylib, extend ActiveSupport autoload model, eager autoload do autoload cache. Then your library can be eager loaded by simply calling mylib.eagerload. So I guess that means so I wonder if that means that you have this mylib : model which will be automatically loaded elsewhere. So let's try to understand what's going on. Maybe we'll need to dig into the tests. Maybe we'll need to see what this inflector methods is. So actually, I think I kind of want to inspect what this inflector methods is, and maybe that might reveal something about what we're looking into here. So let's try to find where that is. So that's ActiveSupport inflector methods, ActiveSupport inflector methods. So okay, yeah, so we looked at this in a previous reading Rails, and this has all the various inflector methods. Okay, so let's just move on from that. All right, so extended base. So when autoload gets extended, just like in this example, then it's going to do this in here. So it's going to say base.classEval. It looks like it's just setting up a bunch of variables, and these variables have an underscore. I would guess that means that they are intended as kind of hidden variables, because most people don't name their variables starting with an underscore, so it's probably just kind of a convention to hide them so it doesn't clash with someone else's variable names that they might be using. So the autoloads is just going to be a hash under path at path eager autoload. So I have no idea what these are for. All right, so let's see. So autoload, that must be this method here, which specifies to autoload a given symbol. And autoload under is not, it's not showing up anywhere in the documentation there. Autoload at, I wonder if these are just different helper methods that do different things. There's no documentation here, so I don't quite know what they're supposed to do. Let's look at the API documentation. Maybe that says something. So let's just look at auto load under. Now, since we don't see any documentation here, I would imagine that there's not going to be anything here, but I just want to see for sure. Auto load under. And sure enough, no documentation except what's here. So the only thing that's really documented is auto load and eager auto load. We may have to start playing with this code to see what it does. Okay, so all right, so we have our eager load, and that was our method call there. And let's see. Okay, auto load. Const name path equals @ underscore @ path. So let's see where that is being used. So if you say autoload @, then that is going to utilize this @ path, and it's going to assign that to the path that was provided to that method, and it's going to preserve whatever the @ path was before, yield, and then reset it back to what it was before. So it's going to initialize at nil and then get kind of reset. All right, so is autoload @ used anywhere? So I see nothing. Okay. So I wonder if that means that you call autoload @ with a path. Okay, well, let's see what this path is here. So unless path, so if the path is not nil or false, then the full is name @ underscore under path const name.2s compact.join : Now, where is that name coming from? So this is being extended, so that means that the name is the class name. So in the case of this example here, that means that mylib will be the name, and @ underpath, so that's this auto load under, which is probably again not explicitly used anywhere, and it just sets the auto load under and yields to it. Okay, so it's just going to be auto load under, looks like, or sorry, under path is going to be nil unless you're explicitly using auto load under. So I guess these are, since the documentation only really describes auto load and this eager auto load and then eager load, that would imply to me that these other methods are probably used around in Rails, but I haven't seen them yet, and so it's probably just maybe they came about in an add needed basis. I don't know. All right, so let's see. We have our full is the name, the the under path, and then the const name provided. So in the case of the example, it's going to be model. So the name will be mylib, and then the underpath is going to be nil, and then the const name 2s is going to be model. Compact will get rid of any nils, so this will be removed, and then join it on : so we would have mylib : model, and then inflector._, that full will be the path. So if you don't provide a path for autoload to utilize, then the path is going to be underscored version of that full. So let's just make this same require here and see what's going on there. So if we have our mylib : model, and then that's going to be, let's see, where was I? Inflector._, that. Ah, lovely. Well, let's just require all of ActiveSupport. It says true that it required ActiveSupport. Why is that an initialized constant? That is truly bizarre. Oh, I see why. Because this inflector is going to be ActiveSupport inflector. Okay, that should have... I should have saw that. Okay. See, now, when I'm writing code, that's one reason why I tend to prefer using the full name even nested in a class like this. Now, I've done this as well, where you reference it like that, where it's ActiveSupport inflector, not just inflector. But, you know, for me, this inflector is not in the same file, so it's not immediately obvious that this is ActiveSupport inflector. So that, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that bothers me a little bit. Just it's a little confusing to me, to be honest. And there we go. So with the underscore, it's going to convert the colons to slash. All right. So that means that our path will be mylib model.